Welcome to Motivated Results. So today, my buddy Omar, as you can tell there by C blocking the camera, joined me on a pull day. Today is a max effort pull day. Wanted to try a couple things. Wanted to move around a couple things. This, as I mentioned before, this workout, this progression is constantly changing. Seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, seeing all that good stuff. So, as you can tell, I started with a little bit of warm-ups. Afterwards, I moved on to some pull-ups, body weight, as you could tell, basic, just kind of trying to get some stretch in, trying to get the joints lubricated, everything nice and warm. Look at that. Yeah. Hands are all tore up. As you can tell, I still do a lot of warm-ups in between sets. This is in between sets, still making sure the shoulders are nice and lubricated and warm and all that shenanigans, because as I mentioned before, my shoulders are a big point of contention for me. So that's one thing to think about. Let's see. So I went ahead and added some more weight. I believe that's a 25. Yeah, it's 25. Did a couple sets with that. As I mentioned before on max effort work, I really do not focus too much on perfect technique. Just really worry about getting some good flex and good contractions with the weight. Even though there might be a little bit of kipping, there might be a little bit of swinging or body language or whatever you want to call it. Once again, some more stretching. Trying to get the joints nice and lubricated. It looks like I have a cape or something. What's going on with that? Shoulders looking juicy though. What's up? Got like the red hoodie. Got a local Under Armour place next to me that has a lot of stuff on sale all the time. So I'm like Under Arming up like a mofo. So then I busted out the douchebag Motivated Results shirt. Added, what is this, a 45? Did a couple. I want to say I did about 6, but I could be wrong. I lost count. This workout is back from, I want to say it's 411. I just haven't had time to set this up. I've been setting up some stuff at home, so kind of quit it on that. Omar is actually doing the same thing on the other side. I just didn't want to have to reset the camera up and move it around and all that shenanigans, so I said forget it. Here we moved on to some lat pull downs, straight bar. I kind of changed up the bar positioning constantly just to make sure that I'm kind of doing the best I can for me. Here checking up Omar's prostate. No, just kidding. I'm actually just making sure that he's got a good kind of flex, making sure that he's activating what he needs to activate. The camera really makes his elbows look like they're really outwards. So in order to save a little bit of time, I think I cut out my sets of this and moved it back to this bad boy. Using the straight bar again, really one of my favorites. As I mentioned before, this is going heavier, so he does have a little bit more body language than I would on a hypertrophy style day, and he is a little bit more pulled back than I would like to on any day, really. But it is what it is. Learning curve. This is to replace the bent over rows I would typically do, but since I'm going heavier, I don't like having all of the weight rely on that pivot point of your hips, so I do this one instead. I like a little bit more. It allows me to actually focus on contracting while I'm back, and then really making sure that I got a good activation on the back. Actually, this bar setup, this bar attachment or whatever you want to call it, has actually been getting me sore in comparison to some of the others. So switching it up is not a bad thing, guys. Try it out every once in a while. I'm not married to any one movement, but there are some that I prefer over others. For example, this machine. Usually you can go and do bent over, lat pulls or whatever the hell you want to call them with dumbbells. First of all, there's two problems with this here. In this gym, the max dumbbells are 75s, which is pathetic. I hear that's changing though. But it still isn't the same. With this, I can actually go pull back, hold the contraction, and actually get a good flex, especially in hypertrophy days. Today I went a little ballsy and actually ended up throwing a lot more weight than I normally do, probably 1 or 2 pins lower. It worked out well though, especially on a hypertrophy or max effort day. Here we're doing curls. I wanted to load up on the bar as heavy as possible, just really focusing on the negatives Just trying to kind of bring up straight bar weight because my curling sucks. D. As you can tell from the fact that that was like my third rep and I'm already dead. And then here's Omar making me look bad. Omar's actually got pretty good bicep strength. That was actually, it wasn't one. I actually just did a shitty edit, I just noticed. He actually did a handful, about 5 or 6. Then afterwards, we did face pulls and shrugs. So since we were running out of time, since there's 2 of us, I am actually doing face pulls on the very lower right-hand corner of the screen. That was actually funny enough that I managed to capture that, while Omar did some of the shrugs. Then we kept on alternating for about 3 sets. Boom, got that 225 right there. Then I'm over there hamming it up with the face pulls. Look at that. Boom, face pull. Right behind that guy. Oh, I think you might have missed me. And it's hard to see me too because I think there's like a rack right there full of weights. But yeah. And then my turn on the shrugs. That's the downside about this camera. If you point it up at the lights, it ends up just freaking blurring you like a mofo. So, like I mentioned, this is going a little heavier, making sure that I'm really just trying to get up weight, just move it, activating stuff. Oh, check out the Under Armour shoes. I need to get sponsored by Under Armour. Under Armour, hear that? Sponsor me. All right, so that's about it, guys. That's pretty much the workout. Questions, comments, let me know, and we'll see you guys next time.